What if I tell you that as much as sales numbers matters for every salesperson, what also matters is the conversion of saved sales from overcoming all the objections. Before I get on with today's training, let me just quickly show you what the statistics is saying to us in terms of what actually is the percentage of sales that salespeople across the board lose versus basically the possibility to save them. These numbers are not going to lie. 67% of sales lost are based on lack of trust. 40% when your client is unsure, uncertain. And of course, 80%, statistics shows that 80% are based on the price maybe too high for your client, or they find it too high for their budget. The best part is 65% are solvable by the salesperson, and that's you. Let's talk about how we're going to reach that 65% solutions in order for us to save those sales that we lost in 2024, and we don't want to lose them again in 2025. If you're ready, I am. Let's get into it. So, number one, let's just talk about the fact that sales objections are part of the game. There's no way out of this. There's no way that any sales presentation will not have a sales objection. I could think of at least 10 top sales objection. If you've watched some of my videos in one of my playlists, please do check it out. I've got 3 objections videos in the playlist that could also be useful to your business, to what you're doing in your sales industry. Please do check it out. But before that, before we get on with today's training, please feel free to visit all the videos that I have in the playlist. And if you are interested to get more information about that, please support my little channel. Don't forget to subscribe. For now, let's get on with what matters most. Number one I want to share with you is, because sales objections are hard to ignore, are hard to avoid, we have to really master how to overcome that. When you're able to overcome every sales objection, you're getting better and better and better with your sales skill. You see, a lot of salespeople think that in order for them to sell, they just need to be very good with persuading the customer or have a very solid sales skill. But let's not forget that a sales presentation or a sales transaction, from whatever industry you're coming from, whatever product you're selling, the bottom line here is you should be able to master overcoming every single objection, because imagine all these objections are just walls and walls and walls and walls before you actually get through the finish line of your sales presentation. We have to get through every single wall. We have to overcome every wall. But it takes practice, it takes expertise, and it takes a lot of knowledge and willingness to adapt to those knowledges that you acquire, whether from the sales training you get from work, from your mentor, or from this channel. So I really hope you're going to stick around a bit for today's training, because I'm going to break down to you. I have 4 very useful tips that you can actually take with you in 2025. Number 1, when you're facing any objection, strategy number 1, you need to make sure that you're able to gather information about your client's current or previous service provider. So whether you're selling an insurance plan, a software, a hotel membership, whatever product you're actually promoting to your prospect, the first thing you need to remember as one of your strategy, in fact, your top strategy, is to really understand your current or his current or previous service provider. A lot of salespeople tend to overlook this. They just feel like, I'm just going to sell and talk about my product. But what really helps as well to overcome possible objections along the way is to really know what you are up and against with. Who are you competing with? What do they have that you can actually beat in order for you to overcome that objection and in order for you to get that sale? Now, strategy number 2. You already know who's the service provider, the company, the brand. The next thing you want to do is to casually inquire. Ask the client on areas that he or she feels that is missing from that particular competitor. So in short and simple language, what you want to find out is what are the benefits or features that are missing from that particular competitor. Why do you want to know that? Because again, you are positioning yourself as a salesperson. This is another skill that you want to also apply when you're trying to overcome possible objection. I've already shown you earlier the statistics where 40% of uncertainty might be coming from that place where your client at the back of his mind is thinking, okay, I'm not really decided to take your offer because my provider is giving me XYZ features. But you're aiming for the 65% solvable solution by yourself, or providing that 65% solution that you can actually understand what is it that are missing from that particular provider. Whether it's coming from the benefits, the price point, the disadvantages, because there's really no such thing as a perfect product. There wouldn't be any perfect product. It's only a matter of a customer who finds that particular product perfect enough for them. Okay, so just take your time, make an effort to really understand your competitor's offer and what your client's actual experience from that particular competitor. You want to know the things that he wish were included in that particular product. You want to know not necessarily bad experience, but you want to also know what actually is missing. The word is missing, because you want to fill in that missing part from that particular package. So very important strategy to take note of is you're not only selling your product, you're also trying to use your competitor as the reason for your client not to give you any more objections, such as uncertainty. Not really sure if you're the right fit, not really sure if they would like to give the business to you. All right, number 3, strategy number 3. Present future solutions and prevent future challenges. This one, I would say, falls into the category of lack of trust. Lack of trust is not only that they don't trust you, but it's also trusting the decision that they're making. Is this the right decision? Am I actually making the best decision of giving you the business? As buyers, we always have this, we always find ourselves in situations where we're either impulsively making a decision or we just couldn't decide because we doubt ourselves or ourselves. We're not sure if we're making the right decision. Comment down below if you agree. I find myself in that situation time to time where I doubt myself if it's the right decision. So in order for you to overcome that objection, the lack of trust objection, again, lack of trust is not only lack of trust to the salesperson, not only lack of trust to the product, but more so lack of trust on, am I making the right decision? Imagine yourself as a buyer going to a store and you're really not sure whether you trust yourself with that particular purchase. So these are the moments when you walk out of the store and then you say, look, I'm not really decided. I'm not really sure. 50% I like it, 50% I'm not sure. So really understand that the strategy number three, the third strategy is for you to be able to present future solutions. If you're able to present future solution to your client, meaning to say, you are not just selling the product as a product. You're selling the product as a future solution. Say you're selling an insurance plan. You're not just selling the insurance plan as an insurance plan in a piece of paper. What you want to do is to really be able to present future solutions so the client can imagine and can foresee that this is really a very good decision, even if he or she has a little bit of uncertainty whether it's a good decision to give it a go or not. Now, prevent future challenges. Also, these are two things that you might think, oh, they sound so similar, but actually no. It kind of like they cross on each other's point, if you may. So when you say prevent future challenges, it actually sells by itself. It will sell by itself. The idea of prevention, the idea of preventing future challenges really helps to overcome the objection of the lack of trust on your client's decision. When you know that you're buying a product or you're signing up for a service that would prevent future challenges before the challenge even comes, before the challenge is even present, that already confirms your decision and say, okay, yeah, I think I should give it a go because, yeah, you'll never know. You know, that very catchy but very useful salesperson tagline, you'll never know. Use that to your advantage. You'll never know, because it's basically helping to overcome the lack of trust of your client to his or her decision. All right, so next one, guys. Fourth strategy. Understanding your client's priorities. Every client has a different priority. Every salesperson has the same product to talk about over and over and over again. So when you look at the statistics that I've just shown you earlier, the best part, if the price is too high, for example, that's the objection, because it's the highest, it's 80%, and rightfully so, because money is the driving force for any purchase. Is this affordable? Is it out of my budget? Is it overpriced? Am I getting ripped off? Or it's a good deal? So when you see the statistics that 80% of sales objections or sales lost based on objections is coming from pricing. But when you're able to understand your client's priorities, the price will no longer be the priority. Does that make sense? Let's ask yourself as a buyer, if there's an item that you initially find slightly more on the higher side or above your budget, you probably would not give it a go. It would probably be an objection for you to purchase that service or a product. But if you actually understand that this is a priority, or there is something about this product, there is something about the features of that particular product that is a priority for you for that very moment, you will no longer be in a position where you'd say, I'm not sure if I want to buy it. It's above my budget. You would most likely buy it because it's in your priority or it's within your priorities. And you know what? If you can identify the two keywords, urgent, priority, these two things, if you're able to identify this as a salesperson, whatever you're selling, you are able to overcome all these objections that would lead you to the goal of 65% objections that are solvable by you as a salesperson, by you as a skilled salesperson, and by you as a salesperson who went through training and really sell with strategy. So in closing for today's training, I hope that you're able to pick up on those 4 strategies. Just remember, selling is not easy, but it's simple. Those are very simple strategies, but you need to really allow yourself to adapt to it, try it, master it. And if this is a very interesting topic for you, this channel is all about techniques that you've never heard before from other places, techniques that are refreshing, and it's time to get really better, guys. 2025 is just around the corner. So I hope to see you again on the next training session. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this video is good enough for you. Thank you, guys. See you on the next training session. Bye.